Hey guys, how are you doing? This is pt2 and today we are going to be playing another live arena video. So without further ado, let's begin. Today we are playing from a different account just to show that we can play with different champions from time to time. I hope that you enjoy. I know I will. Let's have some fun above all. Okay, so we have Armands. People that choose Armands first tend to play with Marius after. So we definitely don't want to have Marius and Armands on the enemy team, because this is a lot of control. Let's see now what he will pick. Most of the people that I've seen on low tiers, like this one that we are now, choose to play with Lady Mikage and Wukong along with Armands and of course Marius. It's a kind of free-to-play situation here. So let's go with Bismarck and let's go with our base. Maybe the revive on death will help against the Hefrak if we don't manage to strip his stone skin, of course. Always remember when you are facing a Hefrak that he will be stone skinned, and you have to find a way to kill the other enemy champions without getting killed from his passive after. So revive on death, good shields, strengthen, defense up, those are very good mechanics that you can use. So now we are missing one more support and we will go for Mariska just for the bomber's sake, because if you didn't know, Mariska and her passive will trigger when the enemy casts some bombs on you. He didn't want to play with Krixia and I kinda agree with him. But to be honest, all of the champions that we are using are dangerous. Okay, good luck, let's begin with the first fight. Now, you have the chance to play first, but remember what I said, we need the revive on death. Even if that means that we allow Duchess to apply her buffs. It's not about going brute force all the time. Sometimes, you know, you have to get smart and try to counter the enemy. So what do we need here? The turn meter from Mariska might be a savior, and yes, it was. And of course, let Marius clean up after this. That was the first fight. Let's go on the next one now. Thank you for all the goodies. Oh, speed here. This is very nice. Remember guys, you can find speed from different sets, not just from speed set. This impulse set is a very nice set for speed users too. Again Armands, so we are going with the same tactic when we are fighting Armands. You have to show them that you will be ready for some CC too. So what we have here, if we ban Armands, then his Sifi will go first. Good thing is that the Gizmax passive starts with the enable of the fight, so you will not need to bypass the CP block debuffs. So we have already got 2 DPS. If I pick Arbiter, then I enable him picking Torment because he already has CP, so this would buff Torment too. Let's go with a Spider now, Mikage, because we will need some extra cleansing of the enemy buffs. And we have the typical CP Rotos here and Harima. Now remember, it might be old news for most of the players, but when you are facing CP Rotos, one of the best champions that you can use in the game is UDK. And in this specific situation, he's even better because Harima has a triple attack and he will soak the first attack. Now let's go for extra defense here because we are going to need. I will apply the extra defense on UDK because I want him to be the first in my team because he has the ship debuff on him, the ship blessing. Okay, let's see. And of course he's playing first. I wasn't expecting to play first on this fight, but we did go second and that's a massive W for us. Now, as you notice, he has Harima in the fight. This will negate some of our damage and not just some, a lot, but it is what it is. Now the thing is that Rotos will cleanse all his debuffs, but as we said, we have UDK, so Rotos means nothing to us, nothing. Yep, it just hit a brick wall there. So I believe I'm going to go with a weekend now, because we need all the extra damage we can get. That fear was a bit of a clutch. Luckily, Gizmax managed to... okay, no problem, no problem. So let's try to apply a provoke on Harima, and we did it. And we can't do anything else with all those fears. Let's try to sleep CP, and we did it again. Now sometimes Fabian will be carrying the enemy fights, and this is one of those times. He is a very nice champion, a very nice crowd controller, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's on the same level as Armanz is. Let's try to get... yeah, the fear is killing us. Okay, we got a bit lucky here, or not? Yes? Good. So, what we should be trying to do is always try to kill the enemy reviver. On this situation, I don't think that we will be able to do it. Yes, both of them were fear enabled, but at least now Marius will do the job. That was a close one, and you can see the power of crowd control here. Fabian and CP together are a menace, of course, and he used Rotos so that he could be able to cleanse all the debuffs on that champion, but unfortunately for Rotos, UDK was there to stop them. You see guys, it's not about always having the best champions or always having the toughest crowd control. Sometimes you have to remember that there are champions that counter the enemy specific champions. And this will be a rough one for us. Odin 6-star is always a menace. Again, we need some buff removal here, let's see. The thing with Odin, many players play him with the protection buff set, so sometimes his buffs are being protected, and that's very, very unfortunate for us. So let's say, yeah, this is going to be tough. Even like that, it's going to be tough, but you know what? I will try to go against all this. Yeah, Mariska, of course. He knew what he was doing. So let's try to apply a resistance buff on our team, because the enemy is heavily related on crowd control. I tried to remove his Meso well, because it's one of the biggest parts of his team that would be able to make some damage, but you know Odin can provide a lot of damage too. Let's see if he will be able to strip us and stun us all. Okay, he just stunned Mikage, that was good, but let's see if Krixia will be able to survive that. It's weird how he didn't go for the ship on Marius. I thought that this should be the first choice of him. Now, I could transform, but the thing is that if I choose to transform here, or if I choose to use my A3, the enemy will automatically have block damage. So the only thing that I can do now is A2 and pray. At least we got our mans down, that's good. Okay. Of course. We were expecting that. Now I could just try to strip them all, of course, but the thing is that I believe that it will be more important to try to stun those two rather than stripping all the enemy team, because this will give me a chance. And now I will go for the strip, and hopefully Marius will be able to do the job. Yep, that was good, right? See, we kept our cool on that fight. It was looking grim for us, but after choosing the right spell to use and maybe some luck, who knows, you are able to win. Okay, we are picking first, so we are just picking our mans so that the enemy won't be able to be picking him. He will counterplay us with Marius, of course, and maybe Wukong, maybe Mikage, maybe Siphi. Yeah, Siphi and Mariska 6-star. That's a sign that he might be using Taras. Unfortunately, we can't do anything for that, but I will show you the Mariska Taras small counter, of course. Now the thing is that we cannot play Gizmak against the Mariska, but I don't know what I'm going to be banning. So we will go for Marius again, and we will let Gizmak to be on the last pick. Because if he chooses Taras, he still has one spot. Thing is, if he chooses Taras, a very good counter is UDK again, because when he counters attacks, he will be hitting UDK. The thing is that I don't know if he will be choosing Taras on this fight, and I kinda want the burn for nice. So let's go again with Mikage. Yes, why not? He didn't choose Taras, okay. the risk was good enough for us, but unfortunately he will be playing first. Now, I don't really remember what this enemy does, but I remember that Nice is a very hard hitting champion and he can survive a lot of damage. So what I want to do here is be sure that my debuffs will be able to land. So I will increase the accuracy from Mikage. I hope that I'm not talking too much for you guys, but I heard from some people on the Discord server and from the comments that they like the explanations because they feel that they have something to win from this. So I'm gonna be doing it. Now, this is a weird situation because we could be able to do some serious damage on Sifi, but we need all those buffs removed. Okay. Fortunately, we removed 2 block debuffs buffs, and that's always good. Now we will just decrease our cooldowns, put some buffs into the equation of course, and Gizmak will try to do his best. If we kinda remove this champion from the picture, this would be good. Yeah, that's good because I don't remember what she does and that means she's dangerous for me. You know, because knowledge is power, right? So he chose to revive her. Now what we need to do is kill her again immediately. And she's revived again, but now we can stun her. And now we kill Sifi, of course. You see, if you know what you are doing, you can control the fight totally with the champions that you bring on the table. Of course, not anyone has Gizmak, guys. I understand that, don't worry, but in the place of Gizmak, you can use a lot of nukers. It's not like he's the only one carrying the fights here. Krixia on the other case, Krixia on this meta with Fabian is very important to have. Unfortunately, that's a champion that you cannot replace. But she is out there for too long and many accounts I know that already have her. Let's continue, guys, let's continue. So again, we are picking our mans. And we have Sifi Fabian. What that means? Krixia and Marius, because we never want to allow Marius to be on the same part of the team with Sifi, of course, because this is dangerous. It will enable him, his A1 will be difficult for us when the buffs from Sifi occur. Now he has Sifi, Harima 6 star is always a menace for me. And of course Harima is the counter for Marius because she will be able to decrease his ignore defense that he brings on the table. Now this is going to be another difficult fight. I don't know if I want to bring Gizmak on this fight. The thing is that Gizmak is an HP champion and he has good survivability. You know what? Yeah, we will bring Gizmak in case he will down our Krixia, so that we are going to be able to use his second form because of the Fabian lockout. Now, he chose Trotos again. Maybe it's the same guy. Yeah, it's the same guy. I should have been paying attention. But the thing is that now we are going to buff to ban his Sifi, and that will make our life a bit easier. with the debuffs, of course, we will be able to be controlling Rotos here. Now, I would prefer to get some extra accuracy again, because I don't know that Mariska how much resistance she has. And this is gonna be a fight that the only way we can win it is by crowd controlling. So accuracy is very important for that. Now let's see. He starts with Fabian, okay. We were expecting that. Now, I don't know how fast his Mariska is. I have to use my stun here and just pray that Grixia will go before his Mariska. And that was the case on this situation here. Now we don't really mind about his buffs, because our target is Fabian. Let's prepare the full team. And let's see if we can remove him out of the equation. And we did it. Very nice, very nice. So let's put this pain link on Harima, because she is tough to kill. And with the pain link, to be honest, it's a bit easier. Now, don't get me wrong, this is very far from a win. But at least we are playing the game right. You see, stuff like this polymorph can happen, and when you think that you are winning, you will be just losing then. Okay. Luckily the debuff from Marius has landed. You see the pain link here? Harima is dead, just like that. Pain link is very important for champions that are hard to kill. Luckily our Gizmak survived. So what we have to do now is pray, actually. Now that I got a stun on Mariska, I went for my A1. I didn't expect that it will trigger Rotos extra turn, unfortunately, so I might lost the fight right now. Okay, that's another extra turn. You see guys, sometimes you cannot do anything against luck. And another extra turn. This is amazing. This is just special, let's say. He had the luck with the ship, he had the luck with 4 or 5 extra turns on Rotos. It is what it is, sometimes you are just not meant to win. Let's go on the next fight. Okay. I like what Raid has done with all those avatars and everything around them. It's actually nice. I remember the game when it had like 3-4 avatars and everyone was using the same. Kyle avatar, oh my god, everyone was using Kyle avatar. So, let's continue. Of course, again, we are targeting Armands. Now, the thing here is that we could be using UDK and try to stop Gorkic's A3, of course, but I don't know if this will be able to happen because of the extra attack that he will get from Arbais, but we cannot allow our mans to play on the game. Okay, that was a weird That was a weird ban. Now what do we want here? We want some extra juicy defense here. Again, we are picking UDK's passive because, not passive, aura, because we want him to become the first on the team. Fortunately, Gorgit was a bit slow, but just not slow enough. Now, we are not suffering from the debuffs, so I just have to bring the cooldowns again in the team. That was bad. That was bad. And we lost here, of course. Let's see. Okay, that was good. We have just got a slight chance of winning this. Let's see. Yep. This was a payback for the other dude that had 20 extra turns with Rotos. Sometimes luck is with the enemy, sometimes luck will be with you. Don't forget about that and don't get frustrated when you are playing too much live arena, because if you go on my past videos, I know what frustration is. Is that the same guy? I think that is the same guy. What's happening? People aren't playing live arena. Why am I playing with the same people again and again? Yeah, that was the same guy. Okay, weird. So let's go again for Marius, because he will remember Marius. So his Arbais is fast, and then... Oh. Okay, so it might not be the same guy. It might not be the same guy, I don't remember, but... Or else he's just trying another mechanic here, so... Yeah. Let's see how this goes. So what I don't want to face here... I mean, I believe I can kill him without his Rotos. He will go first with Arbais, then maybe go with Duchess, but that's all. I don't think he has that fast of a Wukong. So again, for us, accuracy is important because we want to land those strips. Buff strips, of course. Arbais goes first, just as expected. Duchess goes second, but let's see about Wukong. Yeah. Fortunately, Wukong will not go third, so we can strip that disgusting extra attack that on Wukong is very, very deadly. Yep, I understand that, mate. And I respect you for not wasting our time. Thank you for that. Although, what I say is never give up, because you know sometimes a random ship will be able to turn the tables. Come on, come on, come on, let's go, let's do this. So whenever I see a player that has low points, automatically I believe that he is a free-to-play player. So what do you want to be doing against a free-to-play player? Pick the free-to-play champions, of course, because you will not see what we did there. He can't use his heavy champions that he can play as a free-to-play. So what did he do? He's just going troll now. He's just going troll. Imagine now what would happen if I would lose from a person that I'm saying that he is going troll. That would be amazing. Let's go with her base. That would be a clip. Okay, It's not that... So, of course, the whole plan here is to die and be revived. And I will try to give him what he wants. With an enemy team that has bombs, you never want to allow Arbiter to play the game because of the turn meter. And Tormin wouldn't be good here because I believe that at least 3 of his champions have Stone Skin. No, it was 2. Okay. Close enough. That's weird that he... I mean, that might be just a new player playing the game here. I don't even need to play that great here. Yeah. Again, thank you for respecting the time. 2 fights left, guys. Let me know if you are having fun down, if you are at least learning something from this. I know I'm not saying anything that crazy here. I'm not giving godlike info, but new players are facing some problems, and let's face it, guys, we aren't all born with the knowledge. Slowly, by playing the game, we acquire it, so let's try to help those new players get better too. So I'm suspecting that this fight is gonna be a bit harder than the others. Let's see if I'm right, if my gut feeling is right. Again, we are facing Arima here. Right now what I want to do is remove Armans out of the picture. And he has a bomber. Go with the Mariska for the counter of the bombs and just pray that he's not that crazy strong. Now, sometimes live arena is stuck and you cannot press what you want to be pressing, and that's weird because then the picture that you left the fight comes and you don't even know what happens. I don't know if the problem is with Raid Shadow Legends or me. I don't seem to have any problems with other games, but who knows. Now let's try to strip them. Whoa, a perfect strip, that was nice. It wasn't a perfect increase cooldown, but it was just enough. Oof. Now this was clutch, guys. This was clutch. His bomber should be faster than my Marius. Let's see. What did he do there? Why? Weird. That was weird. I mean, this guy just gave me the win. And just to make sure that we are going to win, we apply a block debuff, because even if he changes on his second form and tries to bomb us, he will not be able to. And of course Marius comes in between all of this situation and just sends him to heaven. Okay, one last fight. It's getting a bit laggy, so I'm getting concerned that we might just disconnect, but let's see how it goes. 97 level with good points, that's always respectable, guys. If you haven't even hit level 100 and you have good points and Marius, that means that you are doing stuff very, very right. Now we are going to choose Armans, of course, because we never want to have the enemy having both Armans and Marius in the team. And Crixia for me is the number one support that you want to have. The number one. Even from that Dark Elf. Why did I have to mention him? Oh my god. I did this to myself. He didn't want to pick him. Because I called his name, he came. I summoned him like a genie. Okay, so we will have to remove Fabian here, because from what you see it's a 6-star, so this dude has gone crazy on Fabian. Of course that will allow Marius to do his tricks on us, but it is what it is. He already has 3 very good crowd controllers, and now we have a 4th and a 5th, so this is gonna be very hard for us. What we can do here is we could go with Fatalis and remove Fabian, of course, and just pray that we are a bit lucky with the RNG2 on the fight. He removed Crixia, very nice, very nice. That might mean that his rat is very, very fast and he just wants to end with the game as fast as possible. Let's see. Okay, that was good. That's a chance to remove Marius from the equation, and we will take it. And now we can just ship his bomber, and let's say, for the sake of it, that we are controlling the fight a bit. He will try to revive Marius, of course. Now, let's go with the A2 here. Let's go with the A2. It wasn't enough, but still after one burn Marius will be dead. Now it's up on Fatalis to do his stuff. Crazy job. You know guys, many people are not using Fatalis, and that's very, very wrong of them. He brings too much on the table. He's a very, very defensive champion. And he has some solid damage, and above that he has some extra turns. And with this we ended today's live arena session, of course. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you really got something from it in terms of knowledge, of course, of the game. I will be continuing to making videos, okay? Tell me if you need something more, if you want me to pick some other champions, any champion specific that you want to see how he goes on live arena. It will be my pleasure showing him to you. Okay guys, that's all for the day. It was Raid Thanatos. Thank you for watching and bye bye.